Hello students, this is KV Ramana, lecturer of zoology. Today we are going to talk about the second step which is involved in the respiration. Basically in the human beings, there are 5 steps are involved in the process of respiration. The first one is breathing, second one is exchange of gases at lungs level, third one is transportation of gases, fourth one is exchange of gases between the blood and body cells, and final step is the oxidation of food, that is takes place inside the cell, that is we can call as a cellular respiration, right? Let me see, in the second step which is involved in the human respiration is exchange of gases. Basically exchange of gases, the main site of exchange of gases is between alveoli and arterial blood, right? Arterial blood in the sense pulmonary arterial capillaries, right? This is the main site where the exchange of gases takes place. But in our human body, there are 2 places where the exchange of gases takes place. One is primary site, second one is it is between systemic capillaries and body cells, right? So the place where the primary site where the exchange of gases takes place between the alveoli and arterial blood, it is nothing but external respiration. It is a external respiration. Next, the place where the second exchange of gases takes place, that is nothing but systemic capillaries and blood cells, are called internal respiration. Internal respiration, right? So external respiration takes place in the alveoli or lungs, that is called pulmonary exchange of gases. Internal respiration takes place in the tissues, that's what is called systemic exchange of gases. Basically the exchange of gases, it depends on the partial pressures, right? So what is meant by partial pressure? We'll see in the continuity, right? So exchange of gases is nothing but the movement of carbon dioxide and oxygen from the lungs to atmosphere and atmosphere to lungs respectively, right? So there is a specialized principle is required to exchange of gases, that we can call as a simple passive diffusion, right? So let us see in the diagrammatic manner how the exchange of gases takes place. To explain the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, first of all we have to study about the partial pressures. So what is meant by partial pressures, right? According to the Dalton's law, the atmospheric pressure is the sum of the pressures of all the gases constituents. That means, for example, the atmospheric pressure is 760 mm of Hg. In that, these are all equal to sum of the pressures. These are all pressures combined to form the atmospheric pressure. Because air is a mixture of gases. In that, oxygen is present, carbon dioxide is present, nitrogen is present, argon is present, water vapor is present, and other gases also present. So, according to Dalton's law, what is explaining the atmospheric pressure is sum of the pressures of all gases constituents. I think you have understood. At the same time, what is meant by partial pressure? Partial pressure is nothing but it is a pressure contributed or exerted by an individual gas of a mixture of gases. What is meant by partial pressure? Partial pressure is a pressure which is contributed or exerted by an individual gas in a mixture of gases are called. Partial pressure, right? So the partial pressures of oxygen and carbon dioxide determine the movement of gases from atmosphere to lungs and lungs to blood and blood to cells. Okay, now the partial pressures helps to the gases moving from its high pressure to its low pressure. If you take the particular gas, right, we have seen that there are different type of partial pressures. For example, there is atmospheric pressure, there is a alveolar sac pressure, there is a pressure in the oxygenated blood, there is a pressure in the deoxygenated blood, there is a pressure in the systemic tissue fluid, there is a tissue fluid also, some pressures will be there. These are all pressures which helps to influence the exchange of gases only, right? Let me explain about that. There are two important areas exchange of gases takes place. The primary side, the major side where the exchange of gases takes place, that is about the between the alveoli and arterial blood, right? Now in this class we are going to talk about what are the factors that affect the rate of diffusion, right? What are the factors affecting on the rate of diffusion? Basically, the many factors influence the rate of respiration. In that, we have to list out what are the factors are there. The first which is responsible for exchange of gases is solubility of gases. Second factor is partial pressures, and third factor is thickness of the diffusion membrane, and fourth one is distance of diffusion, and last one is molecular weight of the gas. So these are all factors which influence the rate of diffusion. Then let us see that first one solubility of gas, second one is partial pressures, third one is thickness of membrane, fourth one is distance of diffusion, last one is molecular weight of a particular gas, right? Let me explain one by one. Okay, now solubility of gas. How solubility of gas influence the rate of diffusion? For example, a gas having high solubility diffused at faster rate than the gas have low solubility. That means here we are talking, one is oxygen, second one is the carbon dioxide, right? So here if you take the example, the solubility of the carbon dioxide is 20 to 25 times higher than that of the oxygen. That means the solubility of the carbon dioxide is 20 to 25 times more than the oxygen solubility, so that carbon dioxide can diffuse much higher than that of the oxygen, right? Let me see the second character is partial pressures. These partial pressures play very important role in the diffusion of gases, as we know that the gases are diffused according to their partial pressures, right? For example, there are many partial pressures are there. In the atmosphere, the partial pressure of oxygen is 159 mm of Hg. In alveoli, there is a the partial pressure of oxygen is 104 mm of Hg. So that the partial pressure of oxygen is more in the atmosphere than the lungs or alveoli. So that the oxygen moves from its high partial pressure to its low partial pressure. Okay, compare with alveolar air and pulmonary capillaries. In the pulmonary capillaries, the partial pressure of oxygen is 40 mm of Hg. In the alveoli, the partial pressure of oxygen is 104 mm of Hg. So the movement of oxygen from its high partial pressure, that is 104 mm of Hg to 40 mm of Hg. Like that, what happens? Partial pressures play very important role to diffusion of the gases. And third important factor which affect on the rate of diffusion is thickness of membrane. The thickness of membrane is made up of, right? The thickness of membrane in the sense, the diffusion membrane is made up of basically three layers. It is the first layer, which is nothing but it is a simple squamous epithelial cells which form the alveolar wall. So alveolar wall is made up of simple squamous epithelial cells, and the lining of pulmonary capillaries, which is made up of simple squamous epithelial cells, that is nothing but endothelial cells. Between the cells of alveoli, endothelial cells of pulmonary capillaries, there is a basement substance is present. These three helps in act as a exchange membrane or diffusion membrane or respiratory membrane. So these three helps to exchange of gases. Okay, now these three, if you see the thickness of this respiratory membrane, it is less than 1 millimeter, less than 1 millimeter, right? So it is a very favorable for exchange of gases. What do you mean? More the thickness of membrane, less will be the rate of diffusion, right? More the membrane thin, more will be the rate of the diffusion. For the efficient diffusion of what is that, to aqueous membrane should be very thin. So it is a very favorable for exchange of gases. Next important thing is, fourth factor which influences on rate of diffusion is distance of diffusion. It's a very important factor. Okay, now so you know alveoli, there are 3 millions of alveoli present in the both lungs. Each alveoli is surrounded by a small blood capillaries are called pulmonary capillaries or alveolar capillaries. These pulmonary capillaries are very close to the alveoli. That means, okay, now whenever the distance is very less, the rate of diffusion is more, right? The distance between the blood and alveolar air, the rate of diffusion will be more. If the distance is more, the rate of diffusion will be less. So distance of diffusion also play very important role in diffusion of gases. And molecular weight, you know, the molecular weight of carbon dioxide is, the molecular weight of carbon dioxide is 44. The molecular weight of oxygen is just 32, right? So the rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to the molecular weight. Okay, now so here what happens, due to high molecular weight of carbon dioxide, okay, now high molecular weight of carbon dioxide, the rate of diffusion is very less. Oxygen have more ability to diffuse from the place to place. So molecular weight also play important role in what is that, diffusion of gas. There are 5 important factors. One is solubility of gas, second one is partial pressures, third one is the thickness of membrane, fourth one is distance of diffusion, last one is molecular weight of a particular gas also. There are 2 important places where the exchange of gases takes place. One is between the alveoli and pulmonary capillaries. One is between the systemic capillaries and body cells, right? Let us see in the next session, next class, we have to talk about the diffusion of, okay, now external respiration and diffusion of internal respiration, right? Thank you.